All right, all right, all right.
Okay.
One, two, three.
Welcome back to the Black and Spiritual AF podcast.
Hey, y'all. Oh, I thought
What are you doing?
I was going to go for it.
That's
Do I have consent?
no.
I'm cool, Joe.
It's your girl love or more. Call me what you want.
But don't call me for fronts. And this is the
Or
Black
Max.
and Spiritual
No
AF
Diddy.
And this is the Black and Spiritual AF podcast. Whew, baby.
Where y'all been, bro? Where y'all been?
There's been a lot going on. There's been a lot going on since we last spoke. Man, Cat Williams set this year off right, ain't it? Whew.
Nobody remembers that. It
so long
happened
ago. It was so
many
long ago.
lifetimes ago.
But we are back for everybody. We're at our new location out here in Aurora. Come see us. We in the A. And we are here to talk about a few different things.
Yeah, we're gonna dive into something that we all need at different points in our life, right?
Yes.
Clearing out the old to make room for the new.
Hit that reset button. Remember on them old Nintendo systems, you just push the reset button and the game will start all over from the beginning.
Absolutely. Think about it like this. Whether it's decluttering your physical space, which, we all need to do, letting go of old habits, or even cutting ties with energy that's holding you back. This theme applies spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. Spiritually, it's all about releasing what no longer serves us so we can invite in higher vibrations. Mentally, clearing out old thought patterns will help to bring forth clarity and focus.
Yeah. Got to get rid of the things that no longer serve you or that you've already done. When it comes to your mental space, your spiritual space, a lot of times we can't grow until we let go. And the point is that we all grow, right? Elevation is a part of this experience that not enough people really truly experience. So in order to do that, it's important that you release.
Yeah. Emotionally letting go of past hurts or toxic connections can open us up to healing and deeper relationships. This episode is all about understanding how this process of clearing and renewal supports our personal growth and how it even connects to collective healing. When we make room for new energy, we not only transform ourselves, but also create a ripple effect that impacts those around us.
It's a fact.
So let's go ahead and dive in.
Yeah, that's a big fact. So this episode is just kind of a springboard, right, for deeper conversations about this. We'll have some tips, some steps of what you can do in your personal life in order to start to declutter so that you can move forward. And these are conversations that we encourage you to have with people around you, your family, your friends, your people that are also on their spiritual journey, because a lot of times it gets overlooked. People just want to go, and never take a step back and say, you know what, I gotta get rid of some of this. I gotta clear it up so that I can go.
Yep. So spirituality, clearing out the old isn't just a metaphor. It's a necessary step for, look at that. What they be saying?
Confirmation. Message.
It was like, run it back, baby, run it back, you stuttering. It's a necessary step for renewal and growth. Releasing old energy habits or even material possessions is like shedding layers that no longer serve us. It creates space for new opportunities, higher vibrations, and personal transformation. This is why practices like spiritual cleansing, whether it's smudging or energy work on yourself or your space, or even just decluttering your house, can feel so powerful. you're not just getting rid of old things, you're making room for fresh energy just to flow into your life. This thing shows up across spiritual practices. For example, during moon cycles, especially the new moon, we set intentions to manifest new beginnings. But first, we let go of what's no longer aligned.
When do we do that?
That's full moon work.
During the full moon.
Release. Once it's the biggest, we release and we manifest at the new moon. Or think about Mercury retrograde, right?
No.
A time that urges us to reflect, reassess, and release old patterns that block our path forward. These cycles show us that clear out is a crucial part of renewal. A lot of people don't know that about Mercury's retrograde. They kind of just sit there and accept the punches and all of that shit. No, the Mexes is popping up to see if you've learned that lesson about them. They're not just showing up for no freaking reason. Technology
that's why my computer stopped working all the time, so I can just do it by hand.
Technology messes up, like I was just about to say. Technology messes up so that you could take a moment to reflect on what you're doing to see if it's even necessary or not. Because back in the day, we didn't have the instant gratification we have with like
I gotta order the
phones and all of that. Mercury don't care about that, baby. So Mercury like all money ain't good money, baby. What's up? Who told you to accept that?
Put a disclaimer on the website. Mercury's in retrograde, so your order might not ship for 6 to 8 weeks.
That's smart. Like, that's a smart thing. What's your take on recognizing when it's time to release old energy? I know you got some personal experiences or meditation practices that help you tune into the moment.
Yeah, for
it's time
me,
to let go.
It's kind of about getting out of the stagnant state, letting go of that stagnation. A lot of times I feel like I'm holding on to things, and that's what's slowing me down. I'm holding on to energies, and that's what's slowing me down. Just as a person, to be quite frank, I wasn't necessarily, there was a lot of clutter in my house growing up, lots of things. So that's not something that I was raised in, with just decluttering. So recognizing that that's a part of me means I need to actively declutter. I need to actively get rid of those things. And now that I realize that those things hold stagnant energy, confirmation for the nation. But realizing that those things hold this energy of stagnation, and then knowing that that stagnation manifests itself by me not wanting to get rid of the stuff, reminds me that I need to get rid of this shit. Even though I don't want to, now is the time where I have to push through and get rid of this shit. And I'm talking about physical shit, like stuff. Get rid of stuff. Anybody that knows me knows that I have a unique way of organizing my things. I know exactly where the shit's at, but it's not organized.
It's organized to you.
But what I do know is that when I let go of the things, more abundance comes to me. And this is something that we've experienced quite a few different times. And this, talking about physical shit. Now, when you let go of the emotional things that you're holding on to, that's when that emotional abundance can come to you. So sometimes we get stagnant in our actions and our thought processes, and in the process of moving forward, that stagnation can set in. And then once we do a little look into it, we can realize that it's from us not allowing space for the new opportunities to come to us. So that's why it's important to declutter, get rid of the things that may be holding you back or holding you in a stagnant state.
Sure.
Yeah, I think a lot of times people don't necessarily recognize that, and they just see it as a sign of, well, I don't know, laziness, filth, or sometimes you just want to hold on to things because that's what we do.
Yeah, but the process of letting go isn't just a spiritual act. It affects us on every level: mind, body, spirit, and soul. It's like like you were saying earlier, the holding on to things. Like, let's say you got a lot of clutter in your house. Now you don't want to go home, right?
Mm,
Now you don't want to be around your house, and that's supposed to be your place of peace where you
right.
decompress, where you get that rest. And now you can't rest because even when you're there, you up all night about all the mess that's around you. You're not sleeping well.
Right. You feel uneasy.
Yep. When we clear out the old, we not just creating space, we also bringing in healing and balance and our, like, just to every part of us, the spiritual side, the mental, the emotional, the physical, all parts of us. But it's starting with the mind. Clearing out, mental clearing can have a huge impact on our clarity and our emotional balance. Think about how much energy gets drained by old thought patterns, limiting beliefs, confirmation, or constant worry. Mindfulness, journaling, or even therapy are powerful ways to help us recognize and release these mental blocks.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you have like a spiritual advisor that you go to that you can talk to and they can help you to recognize that.
I know a few good ones.
I know one or two or three or 12, 22.
And then sometimes even, using some of those tactics of journaling, meditation, like you can find ways to do it where you're doing it just as a part of your daily routine. So it doesn't have to be a task, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's important that people understand that there's many different ways to release. Sometimes it might be, man, let me go ahead and take 5 minutes out the day and just write how my day went,
Mm-hmm.
or what I want to happen this week, where it's an actual activity, but then it may turn into you getting those thought processes going. Use some of the tools that's available out here. Talk to the AI. Hey, Chat GPT or Gemini or whatever. What's a good way to release? Just start using some of those tools maybe, and get that flow going. I was actually watching I was part of an online conference a couple of weeks ago. It was all about decluttering. And I forgot why I even I signed up for it, but they kept sending me emails. So I clicked through to a couple of them, and one of them was this lady who's a professional organizer. Didn't know that was a thing. It's kind of cool though. And she was talking about detoxifying our homes, and I'm like, what do you mean by detoxifying our homes?
Right.
And essentially, what she was saying was, when we go into our homes, we're used to it. Like, we don't necessarily see all of the stuff that has accumulated, all of the things that have accumulated. And that's because it's kind of like when you're nose blind or something, right? If you go into a place and there's like a musty stank, but that's your place, whether it's your home, your work, whatever. And then somebody else walks in like, it smells funny. And you're like, what you mean it smells funny? It smells fine. Like a teenager's bedroom or something. Like, walk in their room, dude, what the hell's going on in here? What you mean? I don't know. Like, nose blind, right? Same thing, we become clutter blind to the things that we have. So the exercise to begin to detoxify your home is that you pick one room to start with, whether it be a bedroom, a living room, kitchen, but one room. Start with one room and take everything out of that room. Everything except for like refrigerator and stove, but like you just moved in. Take every single thing out. Put it somewhere, start throwing things away that you don't need. But just the goal is to take everything out. Even if you just start by putting it in another room. And then leave it that way for a couple of days. You'll get that, you're detoxifying that space. You get that feeling of when you first moved in, and you like, okay, I can't. Maybe then you start bringing some things in after you go through the process of getting rid of stuff you don't need. Start bringing some things in, and you probably won't bring in as much as you had when you cleaned it out. And then make a point of making sure that you're only bringing the things that you need, and then go to the next room and do the same thing. It's going to take a few days if you follow the process that this person, who I don't know their name, was talking about, but seems like a good practice, and that's something that um, we're going to implement as well. We're going to start detoxifying our home room by room, and it feels better. Like even just thinking about, okay, get rid of this, get rid of that. That new home feeling all over again, and clean while you take everything out, wipe down the counters and the stove tops and the floors. Do a deep
That's
clean.
how I clean out the fridge. Like that little room that room in our house that keeps our food cold, right? I take everything out. I typically throw everything away. And then start looking like, baby, where your top at? You gotta go. You ain't got no top. Yep. You can't stay. That kind of thing.
And then you start fresh.
Yeah, you start
clean it out, wipe everything down.
Then you go grocery shopping.
Yep, hit that reset button. And that's what it's about. Don't be afraid to throw away the clothes. Don't be afraid to throw away the kids' toys. Obviously you want to donate what you can.
Yeah.
Give it another life. The landfill's already full enough. We don't need more stuff in the ocean. So try to extend the life of the things. You want to go to Goodwill or Salvation Army or whatever and donate it, which they're everywhere. So don't act like you can't donate. But once you do that, you're making room for more. Well, not more, new to come in, new and better.
And that same way is like how you clear out your mind as well. Like the whole journaling thing you were talking about, like just writing it out, like getting it out there. Okay, I got it. All this stuff is on my head right now. Either journal like a vlog, because some people vlog, they don't like to write. Like that one dude we met when we was in Arizona. He's like, yeah, his people.
Oh my God.
His people.
We need to tell y'all about that. So many things.
We went to Arizona and we walked into a spiritual store, a metaphysical store. They everywhere. It just was seeing just picking up the vibes.
Yeah, they taxing.
So yeah, like we walked into that store, we like, child, like
this 250 easy.
Right, 250, 250 easy. And we just like, whoop. So our intentions were not to purchase anything. We just was kind of looking around, and my husband started talking to the guy that was there. And all of a sudden his people just hopped up on me and just was like in my face, like yelling at me and shit. And I'm like, I'm not the type, I'm very ethical, very cutesy, very demure when it comes to the way I talk to people's people. So number one, these people jumped past my guards, which they really needed him to get this message because I have my guards up consistently so that people ain't just hopping up on me. But they jumped past it. So I knew it was an important thing that they wanted to say. And they just kept saying, right. He needs to write. He needs to write and da-da-da-da-da. But like, I ain't going to say the rest of the message that they said, but essentially he needs to write. And when I'm like, child, so I don't be doing this and it's kind of ghetto. People are giving me a message for you. Are you open to receiving it? And he's just like, go shoot the shits and shit or whatever.
He's very whimsical fellow.
Yeah, he was very whimsical. And I told him, you need to go ahead and write. And he was like, no, I took a vow 6 years ago to never write again. Or
that's what he said.
Like he's never writing again or something like that.
Took a vow to not write again 6 years ago.
Because he was writing too much.
Who does that? Who takes a vow to not write?
He said he was writing too much, so I don't know. Whatever. I was trying not to get all up in his business because I ain't had shit to do with me, baby. I be nosy sometimes, but I ain't that nosy. Like, it was a little weird, one of them folks, one of them fellas. And I'm just like, you know what? Whatever. This is what they told me to tell you. Here's the rest of the information. Do with it what you want to do with it. I'm done. But it's like, this just made me think about it. Like sometimes you have a lot going on in your head, so many thoughts, so many things just floating around and around and around and around. And the best way to do is to get it out. So where he was being told to write, like, I don't know if he has been using a different outlet. Some people can't write. So what do? Right? You blog, do a video blog where you're just talking then. If you're not writing, like get it out of you. Tell it to somebody. Go to therapy. Like get it up off you. So that it clears. the way for more thoughts that are beneficial to your highest self.
Get that negativity out of you. And I'm not saying all your thoughts are negative, but you could have them. Like, why hold on to them? Why harbor that? Let it go.
Make room for new ideas and healthier perspectives. Yes. I know I'm jingly, y'all. It's my bracelet.
Healthy perspectives are lit, man. Even, you know, sometimes we look at a situation and, like, if we're able to see the perspective that is of positivity, is of renewal from the situation, it'll change everything for you. Having a healthy perspective is key, you know, instead of, man, I gotta pay this bill. You know, look at it like, man, I got an opportunity to, you know, go ahead and make sure that this is taken care of and that, you know, we are able to have water. We need it, you know. Right. There's lots of different ways that that we can focus on the positive, but we have to release the negative or the, I don't even want to just say negative, but whatever it is.
Release it so you can get clarity.
Yeah.
For our body, for instance, the physical space we live in. I know we were just talking about it a little bit, but like the physical space we live in, it directly impacts our energy, right? Mm-hmm. So when we surrounded by clutter, it's like a weight we carry. The stuff in our environment can block the natural flow of energy and leave us feeling heavy or restless. When we declutter, it's almost like we declutter in our inner selves too, so that helps a lot. There's a reason why people feel at peace and calm in a space after they clean. Like, think about it. Think about the last time you did a deep clean and you just looked at it. You're like, I don't even want to touch nothing because it looks so good. I'm just going to take a nap or whatever. Like, it feels good. It opens up that energy. And like, if you think about the clothes that you're wearing, let's say we go home right now and one of us decides to hop into bed with the clothes we've been wearing.
We don't do that though.
We definitely do not do this. We don't. But if we did, or if you did, all the people that you come into contact with in traffic, in the store, at your job, outside, all of their energies are on your clothes. So now you just hopped in your bed with a bunch of strangers, right? You're going to be restless. And it's dirty. Like the germs, the bacteria, people be coughing. Like,
I don't know what you got. I don't want that.
I don't want that.
I don't want that.
It's like it goes with you. Like, who? You don't want that. And then let's say, okay, whatever. I'm not going to get in the bed with my clothes on. I'm just going to take them off and throw them at the foot of my bed. Like, throw them on the floor by my bed. Guess what? Same issue.
It's hanging out
like, you got to figure out a way to separate the two, the outside from the inside. Shoes off at the door, right? Take your shoes off so you're not tracking in everybody else's shit.
How many people take their shoes off when they come in the house?
Man, if somebody comes to your house and don't take their shoes off, don't invite them over again. It's simple.
I mean, that's not everybody's rule.
It's not everybody's rule, but it's...
I get what you're saying.
I know. Every time I walk in somebody's house, I pay attention to what they're doing.
Right.
And then I'll still take my shoes off at the door because I'm respectful. It'd be irritating when they have dirty floors or whatnot. But it's like, okay, out of respect, I'm not going to track my shit into your house.
Right. If you
and
think
I'm not
about
coming
everything
in and sitting on your bed.
Right. I mean, what if it's just a studio apartment and the bed is the couch?
Baby, I'm gonna sit on the floor like it is, or I'm gonna stand up.
Oh, you ain't got no business being there. Who you going to visit in a studio apartment?
It's people out there with studio apartments.
I'm saying there's lots of them. What you doing there?
I have all sorts of clients. Okay, all sorts. Everybody don't have bedrooms.
House calls. Anyway, but yeah, you don't even know, like the amount of nastiness on the bottom of a shoe is crazy. Like, it's crazy, and like people put them in their beds. Ew.
People do not do that.
Some people.
Y'all don't do that.
Some people.
Y'all don't do that. No, they don't.
He do.
Nuh-uh.
Him right
no,
there.
He don't. No, he don't. He don't do that.
She do. She nasty.
I don't think she do.
She nasty.
I don't. No, she don't. You don't do that, do you? You don't do that.
She nasty.
She don't do that.
But there's a lot of entities and energies that attach to you when you're out and about, as Love was saying. You got to be mindful of also like taking a moment and just releasing, cleansing, maybe before you even walk into your space, or so I know a lot of people pull up to the house and they may sit in the car for a few minutes to decompress. It was a long drive. It's been a long day.
That's a part of cleansing.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to. It's been a long drive, long day. You want to go in. You don't want to take everything that you've had at work or had during the day into your home. You want to be present with your children. You want to go and make dinner, and whatever it may be. Allow that ritual to be what it is, a ritual where you are decompressing, releasing, and not taking that with you. Some people do the same thing before they walk into work, right? Okay, I'm gonna go in here. I know these folks gonna be tripping. Let me put my protections up, put my white light up, because
let me put my work voice on.
Right, let me put my work voice on, because I'm not here for that. I'm not gonna let anybody disrupt my energy, disrupt my peace. And I'm not taking it with me when I leave. Those are rituals. They're positive rituals that help you elevate and become the person who you are striving to be, and they also allow you to keep your peace of mind and your sanity. So there's nothing wrong with those types of things. But when we recognize what we're doing, now we can put intention into it. Intentionality is one of the keys to manifestation. Intentionality is one of the keys to creating the lifestyle that we're striving for. So now that you recognize it is that, put the intentionality behind it. Be like, all right, I'm going to release all of this shit before I go into the house. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to do my ritual, whether it be listen to this song, think for a minute, scroll through some nonsense on my phone. I just need a laugh. Then I'm going to go in and I'm going to feel good. And while I'm doing it, I'm going to also say, please, Lord, Savior, higher being, Jesus, whoever you call to, please allow me to continue to be safe, be strong, and release these things I don't need, whatever it may be. That's all. That's what I mean. Put some intentionality behind those things that you're doing anyway.
And if you like a spiritual worker and you're doing spiritual work, you should know. But I'm not judging. I'm not judging you if you don't know, because some people don't know. But you should do a physical, like, brush off of yourself before you even get in your car from the last place you've been. A physical brush off, like where you patting yourself down, like pretend like it's ants crawling all over you. Knocking that
energy off.
Right, knock it off of you. Especially if you're a medium, you're a light worker, if you can see, hear, like if any part of you can have access to the spiritual realm, and you can identify that, or you don't know and you're not sure, definitely make sure you dust yourself off.
Have your tools. Important. Have your tools for it.
Yeah, selenite. Have selenite at the door so it'll do a natural cleanse. Selenite it'll do a natural cleanse. Put it right over the doorway so when you walk in, bow, you getting cleansed. Some people keep the cinnamon brooms over the doorways so that you got that natural cleanse.
We got some more things too,
Yeah.
Natural detoxifiers.
And then make sure that you have something
this is good too.
Yeah, the organite.
Tourmaline.
Yep, the tourmaline with the copper. But make sure you have other things too that are not just the things we tell you. Like always have an additional layer of protections. We're never going to speak on the extra protections we put up and things like that, just because you can't tell everybody everything, right? So ask your people what would be something that works for you. Your people mean your spiritual team, your guides, your ancestors, whoever, God, whatever, whoever you call to. Ask them what else in a dream, maybe it'll come to you, or maybe you'll just have the thought one day while you're walking. And then add that to your extra protections. Now for the spirit and the soul, this is where releasing what no longer serves us brings the deepest transformation. Like spiritually, when we hold on to things, whether it's old habits, emotional baggage, or toxic energy, we blocking ourselves from inviting in higher vibrations. Spiritual cleanses help.
Spiritual cleanses include burning sage, using crystals, taking a spiritual bath, Reiki,
limpias.
all of these things to help clear out that spiritual energy. So when you're doing your cleansing practices, just make sure that you're doing something that, again, you're putting intentionality into.
Mm-hmm. And make sure you check in that you're okay to do that, right? So I've been seeing a lot of stuff on social media where people are white people burning white sage. That's not ethical. That ain't ethics, right? I mean, you are free to do whatever you want to do in your life and with how you roll, but if something's considered a closed practice and you have to be a certain kind of way to mess with it, just take that into consideration, or at least educate yourself on why that's that and see if there's any ways around it. Because if you're doing something that's considered closed or sacred that you're not supposed to be messing with, you can literally bring chaos into your life. So just be mindful of that.
Like you don't see us like having green bean casserole at all of our family dinners, nothing like
with
that.
Raisins, like
green bean casserole with raisins. We don't do that. It's not for us. It's never been for us, and we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna put raisins in the macaroni and cheese. No. It's not. It's a closed practice. It's not for us. We don't know what to do with that type of thing, and if we do it, it can bring chaos into our lives. Absolutely. So why would I do such a thing?
So if
it makes no sense.
If you are able to do something, like for the people who do have native roots, who can sage, you got to make sure that you're using things that are ethically sourced, because a lot of these resources of cleansing are being used and they'll be extinct. Palo Santo is one of those things that has to be done better. Like, make sure you're ethically sourcing, especially those kind of tools.
It's a rare tree that's only grown in certain parts of the world. And Palo Santo, while it's a great cleanser, it's a lot of fake Palo Santo that's on the market as well. So check with your local metaphysical holistic shop and get the good stuff, get the real stuff. A lot of times now that this awakening is happening, now that a lot of these things are popularized, we find that they now have sage at Dollar Tree.
I ain't never seen sage at Dollar Tree.
Might not be the best, but you can check with the manufacturer. Right. Do your research, read the package, learn about the manufacturer. I'm not saying Dollar Tree sage is bad. I'm also not saying Dollar Tree sage is actually sage. But do your research, check with the manufacturer, right? Check where it is sourced from. Because it shouldn't really even be manufactured, right? It's a plant.
Also, if you think about it, let's say people are out here using fake Palo Santo sticks, but they're getting real results. That means that you can use anything that you put your intentions into.
Ooh.
So maybe it's time for you to create something surrounding that. Like maybe you go ahead and grow trees that you put those healing energies into with that intention. And you ask the tree if that's okay while you're growing it. You get the permission and you do it that way. Like, it's so many things that you can do. So many.
What about the people that are going to be mad at you and say, you can't do that?
Can't do what?
Just make your own stuff.
Just make your own stuff,
Can't
baby.
do
You
that.
can do it. People do it every day.
That's how we got here, man. We started off by making our own stuff, and that's what we still doing. It's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
There's art, there's magic, there's God in creation of your own thing. So
to be an alchemist, to be a mage, a magician.
This word up. I love it. I love it. And I'm not gonna touch on it right now. It's for a different episode. But I had an epiphany while we was up in the mountain high deserts of Sedona around intentions and the properties of these different crystals and things. We'll talk about that later. I do want to touch on that though because I feel like it could be earth shattering for some, but it's real. It's dope. But with that being said, I feel like you have a class happening soon.
Yes. So I have a class that my students are outside. We're doing a mediumship class, and yes, I still have openings.
Mediumship?
Yeah, mediumship. I'm teaching.
I'm an extra large.
You an extra large ship?
Yes.
So the classes are monthly, and you can sign up there on the website www.spiritualafmetaphysical.com and check that out. Like, sign up for the class, virtual, in person.
So people can do it virtual.
Absolutely, virtual or in person. And the cool part is it's for all levels. So if you are not sure if you're a medium or not, this class is for you. If you are very sure that you are a medium, this class is also for you. You kind of sure? For you. This class is for everybody. The only thing that I ask is that you're 18 to attend the class. I don't have time to babysit nobody's kids right now. So 18 and older for this class. That's my only requirement. And that's only for this class.
So mediumship, that sounds heavy.
Scary, so.
So you just have a conversations with the side, teaching people how to do it. I love it.
So, as y'all know, one of my gifts is mediumship. I am a gifted medium.
If you didn't know,
call me what you want. Don't call me for
happens all the time.
For sure. And it's something that I was born with. I inherited it a few generations back, and I never left it. It was never something that I felt like I had to release or not have anymore. So I kept it. And of course, I've been teaching people for years how to just tap into that. And I decided to just go ahead and start offering that class on a larger scale. So offering it to everybody because that's the times we're in right now. So if you have any questions or anything about it, feel free to drop a line, text me, email, whatever. Go to our website.
I know how to get in contact with us. If you don't,
we here all the time, baby.
Not hard to find.
Fox Valley Mall. Come check us out.
spiritualafmetaphysical.com. Social media, we got Spiritual AF 444. We got Safe House. SAF is an acronym, obviously. SAF. Spiritual AF.
And funny.
Spiritual and funny, yes. And we're not hard to find. Hit us up. Make sure that you share this with other people who you may feel like might need to do some cleansing. And thank you. Anything else we want to say? What other type of classes we do? Since we're talking about classes.
So, child, you put me on the spot like that. We have Reiki classes for all levels. I will accept level 2s in, but I force you to sit into a level 1 class first with me, and that's a free one.
The Reiki, I don't think there's a lot of people teaching Reiki the way that my Reiki master teacher teaches Reiki. Mm-hmm.
I'm also doing, I'm fiddling with the Kemetic Reiki right now. I'm fiddling with it. We're actually going to have, fiddling. We're going to have actually the founder who created the Kemetic Reiki on. So, yes, I'm excited about that. That interview with her, y'all going to love her. What else? Tarot. Oh, yeah, we teach tarot. So So if you want to learn intuitive tarot, that's a class that we offer. We have a business class as well. You want to speak on that one?
Spiritual business elevation course. We're teaching people how to elevate their spiritual business. If that's something that you do, something you're interested in learning, if you have a spiritual or metaphysical holistic business, we can show you some of the tools, methods, different strategies to increase your customer base, increase your impact, and make it into a viable business more than just a hobby. Because, yeah, we do this.
We do spiritual candles courses. We have the copper jewelry courses, like just the beginner version of it, just to give you the beginning tools for that one. Yeah,
we do.
Look on the website, everything on there.
Yeah.
All the things are on www.spiritualafmetaphysical.com.
So thank you. On that note, I am Cool Joe.
And I am Love.
And you have a wonderful spiritual journey.
Holler at your girl.
Holler at your grown man.